Hi there, in this video I'm just going to put together one of these Christmas present pop-up boxes. Now this is a collection that is a digital download collection from the Crafty Witches. However, it does come with its own SVG files, and then you have the PDF files too if you prefer to fussy cut them out yourself or don't have a cutting machine for the SVG files. So I put one together already. Now this is the little elf. You can see there you've got your pop-up pieces just in there, and then you have the decorated little present box just there. Now it does come with instructions that can tell you how to put this together, but I just thought I'd do a little video on one. So going to after you printed all your bits out, of course cut them all out. So here are my pieces here. Now as you can see on these pieces there are score lines and also a cut line there, so I'm just going to bring my scoreboard in and just score everything that needs to be scored. So just need to line the dash lines up and just score each of those. Now on the main box you will see a solid line, and that just needs to be cut. I'm just going to do all my score lines first. Okay. And then these strips here actually make the decoration of the present, and each one of these has a single score line on. Okay, oops. Now the decoration one that I've chosen to do is the deer one. There were 4 in total, so I'm just going to score the dash lines on these. and I've also added double-sided tape to the ends there. Okay, so that's them all scored. Just put that out of the way. So I'm just going to bring the box back in here. Like I said, there's a couple of, well, there's a line on each of these that you just need to trim. This is just so that you can fold it down slightly. I do like to just trim a little bit extra off, just to give me a bit of a gap in between there. Okay, so just going to now fold and burnish all the score lines. Okay, and then the folds at the top actually fold outwards. There you go. So you just need to do that with each of them. Now this collection does come with some added bonus plain papers that you can print. So if you wanted to, you could double print this and put a different colour on the white side there. So, like I said, those two pop together just like that to form the card. Yeah, to form the box there. And then these pieces here, just bring these in. Now these are to make the present design on the boxes. So I'm just going to do these first. So you've got your score lines here because they match the folded part of the box, just when you fold it down to pop into an envelope. I'm just going to put some double-sided tape on here. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the longest bit first. I've just missed the edge there of the paper, so I'm just going to add a bit of glue. Okay, so the first strip goes along. Just need to line that up so your score line actually sits on the fold. And then this one goes down the centre. Okay, and then for this one, just do exactly the same. Actually, I'll just bring that in just so I can get that lined up. Okay, and the next bit is just to join these two together. And then what will happen is that will join to there, and that will make the box. So now I'm going to bring in these pieces. Now these just go colorways up just onto the inside, because then what will happen is that's your decorative bit there. Now you can leave it like that is nice and smooth, or you can just crinkle it up slightly just to act like a bit of wrapping paper that's in your box. So I'm only putting tape on the bottom part. Oops, sorry about that. That made a lot of noise. So you just need to carefully line that up so it hits the fold. Okay, so that just sits on there like that. Okay, so that's a box where it looks like it's got wrapping paper coming out of it, just like that one there. Now just going to bring in the pop-up sections now. Now it's up to you how you do this. You can either join the box together and then add the sections in as you go, or you could leave it flat to add the sections in. Because then when you pop that together, you can then add it to the other side. Now there are 5 pieces in total, so you just need to work out the distance where you want them. Okay, so that's all the pieces there. So I just need to take the tape off the other side. Okay, so now if you hold those down, and just make sure they're all level and in place. and then just fold the ends over, and that actually picks up each of the pieces, and then you can just join the two ends together. Just fold that, press that down so it folds up nicely. So there you go, there's the pop-up box. So like I said, there are 4 and this is 2 of them. They're quite a nice size and each fold flat for an envelope too. And if you wanted, you could also cut a white square, just pop on the back, and that's where you can write your message and to whoever you're giving the card to. So just lay them down like that. So that's 2 of the boxes, and now I'm just going to do something a little bit different with them in the next part of the video. So here is my second card with this collection. Now I'm going to be using a 7x7 card base. I've cut out the Santa images from one of the pop-up boxes, and then I've also got the snowman one here too. So I'm going to use both of these on this 7x7 card base. Now I've got some mats and layers here, so these are the plain papers that come in the collection too. Now to start off with, I've just added some ribbon to the inside of my card base, and now I'm going to add the mats and layers. So this layer actually measures 16.5 centimeters for the black card, and then 16 centimeters square for the coloured card. So I've got the blue one on the front there, and then I've got 2 for the inside. Just press those down and make sure they're in place. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to one side. Now with the Father Christmas, like I said, I've cut out the images, and I've also got a sentiment here. This is from Essential Sentiments Volume 2. It says Festive Times. So first of all, I've used one of my nesting dies, and I've cut one out into black card and one out in white card. I'm just going to lay them together. Now that I'm going to add to the front of my card. Okay, and then I'm just going to arrange my images onto the white part there. And I'm just going to add foam pads to my centre. Like I said, I'm just arranging the images onto the nesting dies here. And I was just trying to think of a different way in using the pop-up boxes. Because it's great. I mean, it's great when things have multiple usage. I mean, all you have to do really is just use your imagination. So there's my image there, and then I'm just going to put my sentiment on the bottom there. Now you can decorate this and use your other papers and use your other die cuts and that too, with snowflakes and that. I'm just trying to use just what's in the kit, of course, except for the sentiment. So there's the front of my card, and now I'm going to do the inside. So I'll just pop that to one side and bring my snowman in. So here I've got the two bases. I've got one of the decorative bits here, so that's the tissue paper look-alike, and then this is to make the present look. So I'm just going to bring my scoreboard in and just going to score all the pieces that I need. So with the base, you need to remember that you're scoring the dash lines, but then cutting the solid line that's just on here. just going to score these pieces. Like I said, I'm only using one of these, and you'll see why in a moment. So just put that out of the way. So I've added my double liner tape to there. Now I'm just going to cut the solid line. You can cut straight down the solid line and leave it there, but I've just cut either side of it just to give me a bit of a bigger gap. Okay, so just fold all the score lines, and remember the top goes to the outside. So just like that. Okay, so I'm actually only adding the pheasant strips just to one of these sides. So we are making a box up like before, but you're only really going to be seeing two sides of it. So just be careful the score line gets lined up. There we go. And then this is just, again, just going to be stuck to the decorated part, just on the inside, like before. Okay, so you just need to get that lined up. Okay, so that's one piece, and then on this piece you're actually going to cut the two top pieces off. Okay, so now those two pieces are cut off, I'm just going to attach them together. Just carefully getting them lined up. Oops. So as you can see, just half of it as the decorated elements on there, and then I'm going to bring in these pieces, and I've already got my dash line scored and double-sided tape on there, so you just need to make sure that they actually go on the right inside there. They have to go on the right square there, because then when you open it up you'll be looking at it like that. So everything needs to be attached to the first plain bit there. Let's just get them lined up where you want them to be. And then the last piece. Okay, so just take the other bits of the red liner tape off. Okay, and then what we're going to do then is just bring that cut hard just over. Make sure it's lined up and press it down. There you go. It's all in there nicely, and then just need to connect them two sides together. Again, just make sure that it folds down correctly. You might just need to burnish the sides. There you go. Now, I haven't actually crinkled the bits up there, which I'm just going to do that now. Okay, then bring back the card base, and then what we're going to do is attach the snowman to each side of the card. So you close it up and it will fold down, and then when it pops up you just need to pop those bits down. You could actually keep them down and fold it down. So yeah, so let's get it stuck in there first and see how it goes. I think the plastic or red liner tape is worse than glue sometimes, it just sticks to everything. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up with the edge of the card. And bring the top and press that down. Okay, so we have a pop-up box for the inside of our card, and like I said, you can decorate this with all the Christmas embellishments that you have. Just for the purpose of this video here, I'm just going to keep to what's on in the actual kit. So just fold those down and then tie your bow, and that's a finished card. So like I said, it's just a different way to use the little pop-up boxes. Again, it's up to you how you close it, if you want to keep that up and then close it down or fold them down. But yeah, that's the finished card anyway. So hope you enjoyed my video, and if you want to have a play with these Christmas pop-up boxes, then by all means pop along to the Crafty Witches website and go purchase the download. But for now, goodbye.